What's your favorite hate crime word?
And we're almost there. Man,
Sorry,
this is
bro.
slow. Boom. All right. And we are live, boys.
Did anyone make a post to let all the fans know?
No, I did not. All right. Hold on. Let me make sure that we're. I want to check YouTube, make sure we're on, see if we're actually live here.
I'll go on my work phone and be one of the followers.
We should be. Oh man, here's Jake. Look at that. We got everybody at this point. Bringing in Jake. Did I get a notification? Not yet. I don't
Content
know what just happened there.
being sent to one or more apps. I'm okaying it.
Oh, it looks like we are live. All right. Well, yeah, then we can get started, can't we? Hey guys, I'm Patrick,
I gotta take a piss.
and that's hey, we gotta introduce ourselves. We're live.
All
I'm
right,
Patrick,
I'm James, and I'll be
and
your
this is
guy.
Two Guys One Cup.
Yeah, with
All
special
right,
guests.
and we got a couple guests on today. We got Jake Thompson is coming in, but we've got Jordan Maskell already up. These two guys are pulling for Shield
Wait.
event.
Maskell is the number one contender for the middleweight Shield of Vermont.
Yep.
And a fun fact, Maskell was the first Shield holder of the state, but he got a gimme match against Lawrence, so I don't know if we can count it.
Yeah. Give me the guy that we scared so bad he had to run out of the state.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know why I can't turn my.
I wonder if I can allow you. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at this stuff, so um let me go to participants. Uh Jake.
That's a long time. But like they just wake up. How did they wake up?
I don't know.
All right, did it just ask you to start video, bud?
Um,
I just
I'm
said
on.
something.
All I can see is myself. I have to start. You
Oh,
can start my video. There we
oh,
go.
there you go. Ah, I
There
just
we
sent
Look
go.
it
at
to you.
that beard, bro.
Can't really see my face. Let me see if I can get this light enough light in here. Man, I literally have the worst lighting in the history of
Patrick, the
houses.
light needs to be in front of you, not behind you.
No,
What I
I
do is
did. I just turned on.
you can go to like YouTube and just put up a white screen.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm telling you. I know it sounds crazy. There's like 1,000 videos where so you can get front light. Well, anyway, what do I know?
Well, I can so because I've got Zoom, I do this on Zoom, and we're streaming into YouTube through Zoom. So
Oh,
we're
I
live.
see.
We're live right now. So
Also,
I think I can do backgrounds.
we're killing ants. So if you hear uh the young prince, that's the voice in the background.
All right,
What's up,
perfect.
dude?
I know we just got back from lacrosse, so but all right. I
What
want
a
to get into
PK.
this. So
Wait.
I
We gotta introduce Maskell, but who is Jake Thompson?
who is Jake Thompson?
I think he's the
Future,
number one contender for
yeah,
the heavyweight
no. Future heavyweight champ. Introduce it
Shield.
correctly.
Ooh, ooh. Hey, wait, I got a quick question, guys. 100 arm wrestlers from Vermont versus one gorilla.
You just need me and Jake. That's all. Jake is a
Right-handed,
fucking
yeah,
gorilla. Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Right-handed, it's over.
Oh, dude,
All right.
look at Maskell. Maskell
I
looks
don't
like a
think so.
fucking chimpanzee, dude.
Well, what were they saying earlier? 10 John Jones would take out a gorilla.
I was gonna say earlier, I saw one that was like like 100 Tom Aspinalls, and I was like, I don't even think it would take 100.
No, I don't think so. I mean, can you bite? I guess that's the
Yeah.
big question.
You
'Cause
take
it's gonna
one
bite
dude
you.
in a gorilla girl suit that distracts a gorilla, and then you get another guy to get in a rear naked choke. It's over.
That's what I mean. If you could just sink in like a one guy armbar on each, and then one guy rear naked, what happens? He's not flexing and busting out of that.
Yeah. Because arm wrestling's different. Like arm wrestling, the gorilla's not gonna know what the fuck you're doing. So you could beat him. You
Yeah, I
could
beat him.
Right.
I get that fucker right off.
Technique. Yeah.
He won't even know what's coming.
Fucking James.
I don't think
Oh
you're
my
going to be
God.
able to top roll a gorilla, though. I think you'd have to send him into a hook,
Oh, yeah.
if that makes sense.
I would not want to hook a gorilla. That would be like worst case scenario.
I wouldn't want to press a gorilla, that's for fucking sure.
I just want to
No,
impress.
not that either. I want to open up. Oh man, I'm really bad at this. I don't even know how to make a post on Facebook to tell people we're live. But anyway, we're live. So people will find out, they'll get some notifications. So I'm gonna start with Jordan a little bit. Jake, you've been on here one other time, but Jordan's never been
You're
on
good.
here.
You're good.
So Jordan, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us about your what led you up to this point, how long you've been arm wrestling.
Give us a backstory, and it better be fucking
Backstory. What
good.
you got into it?
I don't
Did
know.
you murder somebody?
I just fucking arm wrestled when I was younger at the county fairs, and then fucking high school, everything happened. I got out of it, played old man softball for 10 years or so, whatever, after high school, and then
Wait, you got a
Stop.
photo of you in them softball jeans or those jorts things?
what are you talking about, bro?
You got them. You get them white sweatpants at
It's
home.
all men softball. You just fucking wear sweatpants, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude.
You're so fucking. So, anyways, fucking. Yeah, after softball, I was getting fat. I had to do something, so I started arm wrestling. I don't know.
Just decided
Nah,
you
I
want
like
to
it.
just
I don't
woke up.
know. Fucking Richard Gravel. I just contacted him. Whatever. We started arm wrestling, and then things happen. I don't know. We fucking turned into this. I don't fucking know, dude.
Well, it's growing pretty heavily. Like everything's gotten a lot bigger, and I mean, for when I started like a few years ago to now, what we've grown into in Vermont is way bigger, and what it's grown into outside of Vermont is huge. So
For sure.
it's definitely a lot different than it was.
Well, side note, you guys ever think about like when I was a kid, you'd always hear about the grown men that were arm wrestlers that go out of state and win tournaments. You're like, dude, that guy's a fucking badass. And I'm pretty sure every guy in this group is that guy now. So congratulations to all of you Vermonters that are badasses.
Thanks, James.
Yeah, thanks, James. Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming from the guy that used to be the champ of Vermont. So you better appreciate that.
Well, you're still the left-handed champ in my book, so.
Ooh. I got some questions. Maskell,
So
what is your weight category? Like, what is it? You're kind of like a slut in the weight categories, in my opinion.
I don't know. I weigh 190 right now.
Ooh, wait, you went from 176 at Steve's back to 190?
I was 190 the Monday before Steve's.
Just water cutting like a fucker, huh?
Yeah, just stop
Yeah.
eating carbs.
I mean, not really. Not really. It's not a true water. Not like you guys. And
It wasn't hard at all. I literally just ate meat and drank water until Thursday, and then I stopped drinking water Thursday. Even though I mean, I woke up Friday and had a fucking small coffee. Like, I weren't completely dry, but hot baths and just diet.
Did you get an iced coffee? You basic bitch.
No. It's fucking black.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got like at least five jokes I could rip off like right now, but
What are you doing? What are you doing? This is Two Guys One Cup, dude. Welcome to the show. Like,
but that's how Jordan likes them, dark and strong. All right, that's one. We'll leave it there.
They better be stronger than what I felt in New York. Jesus Christ.
So Maskell, how are you feeling about your rematch against the Carson King?
I'm excited. He's not gonna win.
On a serious note, do you really believe that? Like, what is your like? How are you?
He's not gonna win. I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna get the Shield back. That's just the way it's gonna be.
So, is there anyone else in the middleweight division you're even worried about after Carson, or you're not even worried about Carson?
Who is there? Are you gonna be a middleweight?
No, I'm not competing, so he has nobody to worry about.
So just a couple things though. I know some guys like Ryan Austin is going to be in the middleweight now.
Ryan Strong.
His Startwell is going to be middleweight now. He's a monster. I think Burdock wants to come up to middleweight now. So
it's Ryan Strong. But but in a super match, no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
Are you gonna style that beard before the tournament? You're coming in.
What are you talking about? This is it right here.
I like it. I think it's burly.
I'm just asking. Like,
we got the bearded challengers. So
he looks like a little.
Carson can't grow one, so what the fuck?
If he comes in with the best stash ever that makes everyone comfortable, it'd be great. And he's got to wear his glasses.
That's what I told him to do last time. Yeah. He wasn't doing it. I was like, let's see who can come in with the creepiest mustache, and he shaved his off. I was like, no, not game.
No. Carson's fucking good. I respect, like, he's really fucking good. I know that. Like, but I do know, I feel like I'm stronger. Like, I'm stronger than him, but he's my kryptonite. Like, he's fucking long. He's got a big hand. He can top roll. I got to stop his top roll. So
he's really good at figuring out lanes.
Yeah, like, he's fucking good.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, as far as technical arm wrestling goes, the middleweight Shield super match is gonna be up there. I mean, you've got two of the best technicians. You know what I mean? It isn't. So yeah, sure. A lot of times we talk about, this is what we all talk about, is strength versus technique. And between Jordan and Carson, there's gonna be very, very small room for mistakes. And whoever makes fewer mistakes, I think, you know what I mean? They're both really, really good on the table in that regard.
Different styles, though.
Last time I went into it a little too cocky, I believe. Like, I just thought, I'm stronger than him. It doesn't matter. And I paid the price. This time,
he only won by one, as I remember.
To be honest with you, I don't really honest. I think he beat me 5-1 left, and then was
you
it
beat
3-3
him 4-2,
right, or 4-2?
No, I think it was 4-2. It was like one away. He beat you. He just barely beat you.
Yeah.
So because it was close.
Well, I know. Thinking about it, I do know some things that I'm gonna do differently this time and be smarter. Like, he's fucking smart. You got to be. You're not gonna beat him by brute strength. You got to beat him. You know, fucking. I don't know. You gotta beat that hand. That's the hard part. Yep. Or you got to take the hand out, which is also hard. Yeah. James just says grip him low, but I don't know.
Well, some people are built different too. Arm wrestling science is weird. I think we can all agree with that, dude. Just a little bit, hand or an arm or technique. There's things.
His
Yeah.
hand's big in mine, and I don't fucking like. He feels uncomfortable to me. He blows me up like in every tournament. He's the one that fucking blows my hand up, blows my forearm.
Hey,
Don't be
someone make that a short.
You're queer.
Just something about Carson King. He just makes me hard, dude. I don't know.
Wow, that is not what he said, but
That's not what I
I'll
said.
definitely. I'm coming to defense here, James.
Okay. He blows me up.
Oh, god damn. So Jake, this is your first time pulling for the super match, which I know you've been looking to do for a while. How you feeling about it? And because it's really, I think last time we had you on, we didn't really go over history of your arm wrestling, but share a little bit about that and then share what you think about the match.
Um, I started really casually, pretty similar as Jordan. I was working for Richard Gravel. Our Shield tournament kind of morphed out of the old Dustin Mason tournament. So, first tournament I ever pulled in was really just for fun. I had some buddies in the area, Jordy's cousin actually. We were all there. We were all having a good time. Got absolutely dominated, but had a lot of fun doing it. And then, I'm like almost halfway through my 30s now, and it's a good way to keep my hands and arms and whole body, frankly, strong. I know that we train a lot of upper body, but it doesn't mean that you can't get a good can't elevate your heart rate. And so just like, we're all in agreement, like I can get a good burn from a free weight workout. And Colin and I have pulled a bunch. I don't actually think I've ever got a pin on him in a competition. In practice years ago, you know what I mean? Who gives a shit about practice pins and pulls?
Practice pins matter depending on circumstances.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. Just because, like, I know that I've got my work cut out for me, but I'm literally going to do everything. If there's an option that I think is open, then I'm hitting that lane at 100 miles an hour. And he and I haven't, like we've teamed up at a couple practices. We went down to Bill's. He's come up to Wolcott a couple times. And again, this is over the course of a couple years, but he hasn't touched either one of my hands. And if you think about it, him and I have been separated because I've been in the bullpen of competition while he's had or challenged for the Shield. So him and I don't see each other in competition.
Yeah, and he hasn't after pulled much either. He hasn't been showing anybody anything. So.
That's one of the things.
And so I don't know what's gonna happen. I've got a pretty good idea. Basically after the first ready go, you know what I mean? I'm gonna know where I want to end up.
In a hook.
Um,
He's going for that.
Yeah,
He's going
maybe.
for a hook. He's going for a hook on right for sure.
I mean, and that's if that's where he wants to go, then it takes two to tango, man. If that's where he wants to go, then that's where we'll end up. But I always kind of thought of him right-handed as an outside puller. I know that he got into trouble right-handed with James because you develop habits in practice, and as a heavyweight, when you're getting work in with some of the lighter guys, you want to give them a little bit of you both want to work, so you can develop a bad habit of like staying outside and letting them kind of like work off of your bicep. And so when James and Colin pulled, I think that's kind of what happened that first match. Just so you know, like I was and if you think I'm lying, the guy that was next to me is in here. Jordan was literally elbowing me in my kidney when James opened him up on that first match. We were literally going crazy, and my I don't want to give anything away
Because
here,
I know
but
James could never do that to me.
I said to myself 1,000 times I wasn't gonna come on here and like talk about any strategy or anything, but the way that I've been feeling lately, like yeah, I was gonna give a strategy piece away. I don't want to. I want to surprise him.
No,
But
they
Big,
don't have
strong,
to.
and ready is what Jake is. He's
Yeah,
big,
yeah,
strong, and
yeah.
ready.
All three directions, either direction. I just have to make up my mind of which way I'm gonna dive, and if he chooses the wrong way to defend, then we're gonna meet in the center of the table and go to war.
I like it. I like it. I wish I could be there. Is anybody going to try to live stream it? I usually try to, but I would love it if someone live streamed the shit out of it. That would be awesome.
I'm
We
gonna do
might be able to figure that
commentary.
out.
You're gonna do a commentary on your Facebook?
Uh,
All right, beautiful.
I don't know if I should do it live.
You should definitely do it live so I can watch it.
I would just say one thing to Jake is Jake. One thing I did with Colin is in my first time was I doubted myself once I got in an uncomfortable lane, and I think Maskell, Pat, everyone can attest to this in a super match. You can't doubt yourself, especially in the Shield event, dude. Every point matters. Every mistake is an
Yeah.
advantage. And
Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. And there's zero doubt. And I like. I just lost what I was gonna say. I was gonna bounce off that because I was gonna say like there's zero doubt here, but I have expectations of myself. So there, even if I was to go down, which I don't plan on going down, but even if I go down 0-2, 0-3, it is so far from over. So even if he does get an advantage and gets a pin 1 or 2 or 3, he's gonna have to work for 4, 5, and 6, and I can fucking guarantee you that.
yeah, who fucking wants it more? Remember that.
Yeah. So
up.
I wouldn't call it doubt at all. No, zero doubt. But yeah,
Ready to go out? You ready to bang?
yeah,
I
man.
like it. There's no, if you don't have confidence or feel like you have a chance of winning, there's no reason to fucking pull. So
Right.
you got to go into it heavy.
Jake, is this your first super match?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you been mock ones at practice though? Like trying to get your mind ready, your arms ready for it?
The honest answer is no, but my training is always set up like Jordan and I at practice. It's basically like a super match anyway. All of our practices are set up that way, not on purpose, just out of design. You know what I mean? Well, I guess that doesn't make sense saying it that way. We don't design it that way. It's just how it happens. If I'm at practice, if we only have a handful of tables, if there's no table open, then I've got a free weight in my hand. And if I don't have a free weight or a bar in my hand, then I'm on the table pulling Jordan or anyone else that's at our practice.
Yeah.
We've got a
Practices
quick
have been good lately. Even Friday nights
Yeah.
at Joe's, like they've been freaking awesome.
Oh yeah. And I can't
And-
yeah, thank you.
And at Richards,
Go ahead.
we have I don't know how many kids we have. There's fucking 4 or 5 of them, and
Yeah.
they're awesome. And they come every week. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. You'll
I got a
see all
couple-
of them.
I got a couple chats in here. I got Jamie Holborn. We got to say hi to him. He's on. But Richard, the Vermonter Gravel, is on here. I didn't even know he had a Facebook and saying, how the hell did Jordan, the mountain man, figure out how to get visual and Jake couldn't? So we got a couple guys on. Thank you for being on, guys. I just wanted to at least mention the people who are on the chat and appreciate that they're on there. So
We love anyone that wants to get into this cup.
absolutely.
Dude, so I don't know. I'm just so pumped for this. Like, I'm so excited to see the rematch, right? Because everyone, like, I pulled Maskell and I pulled Carson, and I don't know. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't know.
When
Oh,
did we
yeah.
pull?
Huh?
When did we pull?
When did we pull? What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Are you talking about like a match or
No,
just
no, no.
at
Like,
practice?
I've been from practicing with
Oh.
both you guys, just feeling both of you. You both feel really good. Again, both of your styles kind of clash each other. So,
Yeah.
again, I'm just really excited. I don't even know who I could vote for. I want to say it's down the middle 50-50. It's going to be really close.
Well, you want to cheer for the underdog, and that's Carson. He's the underdog.
So, wait, you're saying the guy that's last name is King that has been undefeated?
I'll make him a queen, yeah.
Is he 3 matches in a row now? Is this his 4th title defense or 3rd?
This
I don't know.
is
We were trying to think of that the other day, but I lost count because I missed a couple.
Yeah.
Well, he
So
beat.
I think this is his 4th or his 3rd defense because he.
no. He just won it off me,
Right.
That's what
So
I
he
mean.
lost it to Colin.
Jake. He lost it to Jake.
Yep.
No, Jake Randall didn't beat him.
I thought Jake got it
Jake
from you.
Randall beat him.
No, he didn't. Jake Randall lost.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Jake.
right. Jake lost because
Yeah,
he quit
got
left
it
hand.
from Jake.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, he got it from Jake, and
Jake-
then
You.
that's right. And then he defended against me. But
So
besides
this is his
that,
second defense. This is his second defense. It's his third. He earned it, and so he, you know what I mean. So this is his second defense.
So we're
since
even
it,
then. We've done it the same amount of times.
since
Yeah.
it started, I think it's his third total, or is it not?
Yeah.
Or did he win it? Did he win it off Maskell and then immediately lose it to his brother? I
Yeah,
can't
that's
remember.
exactly what happened.
All right, so it's
Right.
his second defense. Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for
It
you
was
guys.
a different shield. Like it doesn't even count. Like
It was.
I don't even
It was. I agree.
until the 3 shields came up, I don't even particularly count that
Right.
it was what it is. It's evolved into something completely different. So,
Right. It's like changed so much, and these are all conversations that are like 2 years old at this point, but we were talking about having an open weight
I love
shield.
that. I love that
Yeah.
one.
You know what I mean? And because we didn't know, like, what is it going to develop into? And I think where it's at right now, there's still sometimes like, there's sometimes it's difficult. With 0 to 170 is these weight classes are big, but at the same time, like, what are you gonna do? We're gonna run boxing weight classes and have them every 10 pounds? Like, come on, you know
Well,
what
I
I
mean,
mean?
they're
It's
pretty
still
even to
underground.
what they are around.
It's
Yeah,
still too
exactly.
underground.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah, exactly.
I'd be okay with
Exactly.
one weight class. Really, I'm still okay with that one weight class. Is it cool
Well,
that there's 3 shields so people can
Sure.
participate? We have more super matches and shit. Yeah, that's awesome too.
I remember
'cause
there was one point. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, you go, Jake. You go.
There was one point where it was kind of a mix up on our end for the shields and whatnot, but Garrett had qualified to pull. And I remember there was a conversation where it was like, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And Garrett literally said, I do not give a shit who it is that you put across from me. And that was like a true, like ranked 155er that was literally like, I just don't care. Like they all can get it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. I'm literally almost 2 of Garrett's. And for him to say that, like the competition is the competition, let's get it. You know what I mean? It's different for me saying this stuff because I'm a true super heavyweight, but for those lighter guys that wanted to get it with, you know what I mean? Hell yeah.
I think of you more as a 115 kg.
Me?
Yes, you're a 159er or 259er.
I don't do K. It's like double, right? Or
It's
almost double.
250. No, it's 259 pounds.
250. Yeah, I'm bigger than 259.
Oh, I thought you had lost weight. I thought you were back down. My
I
bad.
mean, my weight fluctuates, but with like what I've been doing as far as like lifting and whatnot, like I'm still carrying soft weight. I've been big my whole life, but yeah, I'm actually up like 280 right now.
Oh, dude, I totally saw a picture of you without a beard. You're a handsome man. I'm just saying.
No, what are you looking at that beard color? You got that jawline. If your jawline is
Yo,
sharp
He's
as
got
no,
that jawline.
no, I look like a 6 foot Gerber baby.
You were, yeah, you look like you young. It was great. It was great. No, so we are not represented by the lightweight. We got Phil and we got TJ going to the lightweight. I just wanted to at least represent them. I tried reaching out to TJ. He never responded. So
Gotcha.
I was gonna
What do
try to
you
get
guys
him on here as well.
What do you guys think? I think I know. Well, and it's I don't want to like it's your guys' show, but
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, feel
what do
free.
you guys
Feel free
think?
to
What do you guys
listen.
think?
Be a free thinker and a free speaker on this podcast.
I
Whatever you want to say.
I think that this is an awesome matchup because for every bit of strength that Phil has, and listen, when it comes to awesome human beings, Phil Austin is the best of us. Okay, you're never gonna hear me say anything about Phil Austin that's bad. And actually, on that note, same with TJ. He's also like one of the best humans
Yeah.
I've ever had the pleasure of hanging out with, being friends with. And so when I say all of this, if it it comes off as criticism, or if I'm being critical, I'm just being honest. This is an awesome clash. For every bit that Phil is strong, TJ is experienced. And so I think that this is an awesome matchup. Obviously Phil is ridiculously strong right now. And I haven't even gripped up with him. When we were up at Joe's last,
I
everyone was
couldn't
staying busy.
I
Yeah, it
couldn't
was
pin
but
him.
Jordan did.
I
Yeah.
couldn't pin him at
Yeah.
practice the other day. That's how strong. Like he's freaking strong.
His hand
And
is
so
something. Just like yeah.
that being said, is that it's his first super match too.
Mhm.
And so like and same thing I said about my match with Colin is I very well may go down 0-2 but he's got 4 more of them coming afterwards where I'm going to be going 100 miles an hour, and I know TJ lives there too. So Phil may very well go up 2 on him, but just if that hand begins to go at all, you know what I'm saying? We all know TJ's lane. We all know where TJ's strong. His Instagram is literally Top Roll Tommy. You know what I'm saying? Uh
Right.
uh and so I'm just, if Phil stays smart and stays where he's strong, then I would lean that way. But if TJ stays where he's strong and really, really makes Phil work for it in those areas, then we could see an absolute war there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really like doing my first super match, my leg was shaking the whole time. Like there's an adrenaline dump that happens. It's
Sure.
nerve-wracking to stand up there in front of everybody and
Right.
have to go back and forth both hands 6 times.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're there. You're on a pedestal.
Right.
It's weird, man. And you get that
Right.
adrenaline,
And
you get that hop. Like
yeah, what you just said made me think of it. You know the Stoolgate thing with Yoel Romero and I feel so bad. Tim Kennedy.
Tim Kennedy. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What I've always thought is like, what if that happens in round 2 or 3 in your super match? Is that if you're down 0-2, but you get that pin on round 3, and then you get your adrenaline dump. Okay, well, it's good that you got it, but is it too soon, right? Like you've expended too much energy in round 3 to get that pin. So did you dump too much and now you got to figure it out 4, 5, and 6? And so anything's possible. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anything. You gotta be ready. You gotta be smart on the table.
Right.
This is how I. This is a secret training technique. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but this is the secret finger training technique.
Banjo.
That's how I get my hands strong. Endless scratches.
Yeah, I got the same thing going on.
Sorry, James. What were you gonna say?
So I was gonna ask, like, for you, Maskell, Pat, everybody, do you guys thrive at a practice, or do you guys thrive under the pressure when people are watching you? Like, some people I've seen buckle, or they make mistakes they would have never done if they like had a super match just with two guys. You know what I'm saying? Like me, if I was pulling anyone with no one watching, I don't care. Like, if it was for the number one spot in the world, but no one was there watching, I give two fucks. I like to bask in the glory. I want people to see what I'm showing. So that's just me, though.
I'm better at ready go than I am at practice.
Yeah.
I am a different puller in a
Oh,
ready go competition at tournament or super match than I am at practice. I'm strong, I can hold all that stuff, but something clicks when I get to the table at a tournament or a super match. I'm different. But what about you guys?
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'm different. Like in practice, I'm trying things like
Yeah.
I'm not I don't care. I'll let go. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But something comes out in that tournament or that super match where you got to give it everything and you're just different. That's all. It's adrenaline. It's everything added up.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I know I've said, oh shit, I really done that. Like beating somebody in a tournament. Like I really beat that dude. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
like
I've
Jeff
been there.
Garrow. Jeff Garrow is a perfect example. I never would have thought I'd be. He's strong as shit. He rips me open. He kills me. But
Yep.
if you hit that go just right, it's different.
Yep. If you keep his hand flat, shit like that. And he's just open him up a little bit. Like, what about you, Jake?
I was been thinking the whole time it's like 50-50 for me. I growing up I've like performed. I've played in front of big crowds. I've been in auditions and that kind of stuff, and um so it's not like I'm immune to pressure and that kind of stuff, but I have fun in competition and at practice. And so I really think it's just like depends on how I feel on the day. Uh, Sometimes I feel like a brick wall at practice, and sometimes in competition, sometimes I impress myself, and then other times I leave really disappointed. So for me, it's right down the middle.
You guys have like do you have a preparation coming up to competition? Like, so as example, I work bands like 2 weeks prior to the last week up to like 3 days, but I take 2 weeks off the weights and I take 2 weeks off of arm wrestling. Do you guys have any preparation like that?
I've see last year I lifted a lot more than arm wrestled, and I felt strong. But this year, I arm wrestled more and I lifted, and I feel better, like more crisp on the table. I'm more confident.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 weeks, I'm still learning that stuff. I don't
Yeah.
really know. Like I felt like I'm gonna mimic the last 2 weeks before the New York tournament because I
That
felt
would be
great.
wise.
You know, I felt great. But I tried doing that the last time at Winter Blast and ended up freaking puking because my stomach got all screwed up and shit.
Yeah.
What it was a learning process. So I'm learning it now. So everyone's a little bit different, but I'm gonna try to mimic like the last one because I
Mhm.
felt so good afterwards.
Yeah.
I feel like 2 weeks is too long. So I feel like 10 days exactly from the day of the tournament is like the Goldilocks spot. And that being said, I don't lift any weights, and we have 2 practices a week at All American Arms, and then Jordy and I and at other times some other teammates that came with us, but we go to Joe's on Friday. And so what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that 10 days from Saturday, I don't do any lifting and I don't do any arm wrestling. However, uh, yesterday, um, there was a precast pier that was put in the wrong spot, and so I literally dug a 5 foot hole around this precast pier. And then, long story short, is that we all have jobs too.
Yep.
So even though I'm resting my arms from weightlifting and arm wrestling, um, I would a fine tool. I caught my hand on a fine tool blade, and you wouldn't think that that would do too much damage. It tore a hole in my left hand, and then on my right hand, I got this. You can't really see it that well, but I demoed a chimney at the Cold Hollow Cider Mill on Monday, and that what's the inside? It's not ceramic. It's like clay. We were knocking down the chimney in pieces, and as
Porcelain.
it slid down, what's that?
Porcelain.
Porcelain. It's something. It
Yeah.
was sharp because it
Yeah.
fucking it ripped me right open. It was bleeding like a stuck pig. And so same thing. Like I would have loved to have, you know what I mean, not been doing any of that. But it's life. You know what I mean. You work through it.
Yep. Yeah. You guys make me feel like a lazy bastard. My job is not labor intensive at all.
But you look better than all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do a shitload of cardio, so I do a lot of cardio,
I've
and I
been
I
doing
don't
sauna.
do I
fucking
don't do
I do a
any.
cardio.
sauna. Yeah, I sauna the shit out of. I do have a sauna blanket. I use that 4 days a week. So
That's so fucking gross, dude. And he wears clothes in it. Like, imagine wearing clothes in a fucking sleeping bag and sweating your bag off. That is,
you're the
uh,
only one who cares, bud. You're the only one who cares.
I know. I
Yeah,
love you.
it's like that's literally like the Batman suit. Like I fight crime in a rubber suit.
Exactly. Yeah. I just. I just sweat to boost my red blood cell count.
So you
It's
guys
good
are all
recovery.
like you guys try to take a week off, like even the blue collar guys, like you guys try to take a week off a minimum.
Minimum. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think, and this is just the opinion, my one opinion. The reason I said 2 weeks is too long is 14 days, but 10 days is just right is because I feel like the times that I've rested the full 2 weeks, like 2 Saturdays in a row to the tournament, is that then I felt like I was just a half a step slow. You know what I mean? And maybe it was just a mental thing, but like 10 days was perfect. 2 weeks, a full 2 weeks was like just starting to feel like I was like leaving the first stages of like, I don't know if I'm really into this anymore. That's a bad metaphor, but do you get what I mean? Like now I've been away from it too long.
Yeah.
Whereas that 10 days is like I'm still in it, I'm still committed. I'm just committed to the recovery. I don't want
Yeah.
to
I
be
guess.
beat up.
Yeah. Everybody's got a different like warm ups and stuff. Like I don't warm up before a tournament. I
I
just
know.
go hard right off. I fucking love just getting into it and I'm ready to go. Like I'll move my
Yeah, and
wrist a
see,
little bit and then I'm like, wow.
gotcha. Yeah, and
So
I
I
know
got
a
problems.
lot of
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys that do that too, and
Yep.
don't get me wrong, like practices, that's what I do. But no, on Saturday, I'm gonna have a sweatshirt on. I
Mhm.
probably will stay away from like push-ups. I might do like one or two, break up some lactic acid, get blood moving and whatnot. But I find that I am strongest when I'm not pumped in the way that we typically say when like, oh, my arm is pumped up, but like pumped up like I have a pump going. I want my arms to be like warmed up when I'm getting ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how most people are. I just have a sick problem.
I heard that's what John Brzenk did. Is that like John Brzenk just he never warmed, and this is all hearsay. Maybe I'm wrong, but he just shows up and smashes.
Ron Bath is like that. He's like, I don't
No
warm up.
kidding.
He's like, my warm up is go. Like I want to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
just get into it. So, and he's what 62 years old and still
yeah.
mega strong. So I can't be doing. I mean, it can't be wrong if it works for us. So because everybody's so different.
Right. Well,
So
that's the
Right.
not one
you
shoe.
got four.
Everyone's got their own thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to do the 1 week, 2 week rest. I'm going back to my old ways of I'm gonna lift until the day of the event. And I've been feeling better that way.
Do
Well,
you
you're
lighten up?
lifting, but you're not doing any max stuff, right? You're just
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
No,
rehab, like you're doing healthy shit. So
Right.
I don't see it as, like that. Yeah, do that up until the match to make things healthy and feel good and stay
Yeah.
connected,
That-
and don't just do nothing.
Well, that's why I
Right.
do the band work. I do band work up till like 3 or 4 days.
I know
So-
I had to stop arm wrestling and lifting heavy because things hurt. So it's time to rehab, do body weight stuff, get the blood into your arms and heal.
Yeah. So for New York, I trained until Friday. So my Friday, Saturday, and Sundays are recovery. Monday is heavy as fuck. Tuesday heavy as fuck. Wednesday, Thursday heavy as fuck. And then Friday, and again back to recovery. And since my last tournament, I've just been going up on all my weights. I track everything, and I'm feeling good. The only thing I've learned is if I do all this weight training like I've been doing, I can't go hard on practice. If I go hard on practice Friday, I got to go easy Sunday. But maybe I'm pulling too soon, like frequently. Maybe I should space out the trainings. But the way I'm thinking about it is when I was bodybuilding or like powerlifting, every week I try to go up on my bench. And if I took a week off of my bench, I would actually flatten out. I'd have to do something to keep my strength. But that's just how my body reacts. If I take too long off of that muscle, it will just start to go down.
Why don't you do something to heal from arm wrestling so you can get stronger to arm wrestle at practice more?
I'll be honest, I don't normally hurt that bad unless I go really hard 2 days in a row. But like if I train all week and then go hard with you guys on Friday, and then say I train once a week arm wrestling, I feel healthy. Like I wouldn't say I'm at peak strength at like fish or where were we? Fishkill, this last one. I was probably 60% strength.
Yeah.
But I knew with a hit and everything else, like if you're sleeping, and I wanted to ask you guys this. You ever like you're coming up for your match where you're not fired up, you're just not in it. You know what I mean? You want to be there, but you're just kind of chilling and you're like, fuck, I need to be.
You're flat.
You don't need adrenaline, but you got to be focused or want, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I felt that way in New York. I felt like I got into flow state where I could, I was just I couldn't really hear nobody around me. Everything, I was focused. Everything I was doing just seemed to be working, and it felt really good.
That's when I felt pulling John, but then I got into once I got back to right hand in the tournament, like it was such a long time I was smoked.
Right. Those tournaments are hard when you're waiting around sitting for hours and hours and hours, and then all of a sudden you got to get up and perform.
Yeah, especially when you're like a 220, 242 or like super heavyweight. Like you're waiting longer than everybody else.
Yeah.
And you're waiting for the pro class. Like that's I'm
You're
like at the very
talking-
end of the tournament.
You're talking to Jake.
What?
They didn't even you call him left-handed. Then he waited the whole other right-handed tournament.
Listen, we don't want to get into a sore subject. Jake's in a good mood. Let's not
No,
fuck
it's
with
all
it.
it's all good. I was gonna say it's all love, man, and like if whoever ends up listening to it, listen, man, I got friends. We have our own promotion, and we have to figure out the same stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Yep.
there's no hard
No.
feelings. I have my suggestions. If you're running a tournament, when you announce a class, you gotta read off that list of everyone in it. And if I didn't call your name, come up to the table now. Because
Yeah.
if your class is 5 matches deep and you haven't heard your name called, you know what I mean? We can't redo the brackets after we ran 5 matches in your class. But the reason that this is subjective is because that happened in Jordan's class. There was like
Yeah.
11 people in that 176er class, right? But Jordan got a bye in the first round. So when
Yeah.
I went up and said something, I didn't get any attitude or nothing, but they were like, yeah, you need to just wait for your name. And I was like, yeah, I get it, but
Yeah,
you know
because
what
a
I mean?
couple
Like,
people pulled twice before I even pulled. Like,
and
Yeah.
so it wasn't until Roger Learned was pulling for the second time where I was like, yo,
right.
what's going on? You know what I mean? And so there's listen, man, like I said, we've all put tournaments on and we've all dealt with the same
It's
same
chaos.
thing, you know.
Yeah.
There's other times where like the very first tri-state, Paul Cruz he had some other commitment, so they ran the heavyweight class first so he could bounce. And I was like, well, this is dope. This never fucking happens. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so it's all subjective. It's all love, man. In the arm wrestling community, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna beat them up because of mistakes that you know me and my people have made too. You know.
Yeah. And I fucking love Steve. Like Steve's awesome.
They do.
So
Oh man,
yeah.
shout out Steve Fernandez.
Steve.
You
Yeah.
you won't listen. It's tough. I'm not gonna sit here and say it wasn't tough leaving at 6 a.m. and then watching all the super matches and waiting until 7:30 to find out that I was kind of, I was left out, and then I gotta wait another hour to pull right-handed. That's tough, but it's nothing I can't get over. Everything Steve is doing, I appreciate him.
Yeah,
I
for
appreciate him
sure.
100%.
What
We need. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just wondering, what do you guys think about did you see his announcement for the new super matches that he's doing, the series?
I haven't
New
seen.
York Smoke?
I've seen the advertisement, but I haven't seen any announcements, like any
No.
matches or anything.
No matches have been announced yet, but what it's gonna, like, he kind of videoed around the venue. It's like a theater style. There will be a tournament there, but it's gonna
Who do
be
you want to
heavily
pull,
geared.
Pat? Who do you
Who,
want to
me?
pull?
Whoever they put me in front of.
I thought
I'm game, but I don't know if I can actually go to that tournament. So in that match, because I have family commitments the week prior, and I don't know if I can get that weekend off. So
We gotta.
But-
I haven't messaged Steve, but we gotta get Jordan. I'd like to see Jordan start running through some, because I know that this last tournament was Steve at least saying holy shit, hasn't been beaten today, that kind of thing. But some of those other guys in and around that weight class, I'd like to see Jordan start going up against some competition out of the tri-state area and going that route.
Yep. Like pulling like Ed or Yusuf or some of those
It's-
guys. So
It's fun with all of us. All of us going down there in New York, it was awesome.
Right.
that
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah. That's thank you for saying that too, because it is really nice going down there and having a squad.
It really felt like home court. Really.
Yeah.
Like there were so many of us there. It felt like home court.
Yeah, that Vermont group was massive. And then we also had Jeff and Sean and other people that we pulled
Yeah.
with from New York too.
Yeah.
That was it was magical, man. That was
They're
awesome.
New York, but they may as well be Vermonters.
Yeah, right. They travel every week.
Right. Dude, and dude, I'm from Texas, so I pull out of 802.
Not anymore. Not anymore,
Yeah.
dude. Hey, did you guys hear about what Mac was doing with the record super matches?
No.
They're doing like 60 something super matches in one day.
yeah,
Damn.
they call it the qualifier series.
Yeah. The contender series.
Are they best of threes?
Qualifier.
I thought it was contender series.
Well, you can
That's
tend
what they have
this.
posted. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's like a huge super match series that they're doing. I think they're trying to break the record of the most super matches put on at one event too.
Oh,
At 70 now.
Jesus Christ.
Where's
Yeah.
that? Where's that
Wha-
taking place?
Ontario.
Picton.
Yeah.
gotcha.
I wonder if that's where I'm pretty sure that's where the bottom 8 was. Picton?
Yes.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard and I went to that. That was awesome. It's a nice place or nice
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, because it's like that's where Devin like started pulling with like Mike Gould and all those guys. So
Gotcha.
That bottom 8 tournament was so much fun.
Yeah.
I wish they
We
do it
have
again.
Right.
we have in our gym, I don't really know what you'd call it. It was like his sign up tag, I suppose, but Ryan Bowen ended up winning that.
yeah.
And we have his because Richard, I don't know how it was working,
So
but
what happened? What happened is that they auctioned off each arm wrestler for however much money they could get. So when Richard bought Ryan, he won
Yeah.
the bid on Ryan to win the
Yeah.
tournament. However much it was. So they pooled all the money together, and the winner, which was Ryan, which Richard picked, we won the money. So Ryan signed the freaking
Nice.
yeah, and
autograph
that's
thing, whatever.
yeah, that's hanging up in our gym, and I just like it for me. It's one of those things where like the bottom 8 was in 2020, wasn't it?
Oh
I think
no, it was
Wasn't it?
before that. It was 19 or 18. Yeah.
So you see
It
what
was-
I'm saying? That was literally like I know sometimes it feels like it was 2 years ago. It was literally like 5,
Yeah.
6, 7 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
And they've talked
Yeah.
about doing it again, but you can't. It's hard to piece something that's like that together when there's so much going on all the time now.
sure. Yeah.
That was fun. It
Um,
was fun. It was a big party.
Who's on your radar for a super match?
Dude, this is a crazy thing, but my ego is insane, and I'm training to beat Roger Learn in a super match, hopefully.
Mm. Mm.
And I know that's a big ask for me. Roger's a monster. He's been mopping the floors, but
Hey man,
You did pin him.
yeah.
I think that's a good a good place to have a target. You know what I mean? Roger's a good goal to have. I think he has no idea that I'm going to say this, but back in the day, you had hit me up about a super match. Me and Chris Vert got to get this done. So consider this a call out. I don't know if he's going to see it, but me and Chris Vert, we got to settle this. 2 years ago at Winter Blast, I got him. And then when you had your super match with him at Tri-State, I thought I had hooked him at Winter Blast, and so we went into a hook, and he got me. So we need to settle this. Consider this an official call out, Chris Vert.
So
Let's send
I like it.
probably right. You did hook him at Winter Blast, but he was telling us after JJ beat him, he had to level up his hook, and his hook felt good to me. I was able to bait him, and I don't fucking hook. Okay, I don't care. I'm just not strong there. Fuck any of you guys. At real competition, when it's straight with good raps, guess what? I showed everybody. You know who like surprised the fuck out of me and like ate my ego is I didn't realize how good JJ was.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta run. Something come up. I love all you. Fucking, we'll see you Saturday,
It's
right?
good, brother. No, it's good. Yeah, good luck Saturday.
No, I appreciate it, Pat. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry I gotta bail, but literally some shit
We're
just come up.
almost done. We're almost done anyway. I got a kid to get to bed and all that good stuff. I'm alone. My wife's in North Carolina, so we're coming to an end anyway.
Okay,
All right, buddy.
guys. Appreciate it.
man.
Well, there.
How to shut it
Yeah,
off.
it's. I'm surprised he could shut it off from what Gravel was saying. So, yeah, I mean, uh, sounds like you gotta train some multi-spinner and winding handles, Jake.
Well, and I have my regular routines, and it kind of gets to the point where like nothing too extravagant, like, and I think we all do this. What I'm going to say is going to sound very obvious, but I find myself like in 3 to 4 month rotations just being like dummy, like back to basics, dummy, back to basics, because I get so carried away, you know what I mean, with this and that, and then I like, we got these young kids at our practices, and there was a stretch there where we're like on Wednesdays we do bench, and we're hitting maxes on bench and everything, and I like, again, like it pops into my brain like I'm practicing and I'm lifting, but is there something that I could be doing that would be more beneficial for my training specifically? And so that's why,
Yeah,
like, basically since January, it's not that I've only been doing hand and wrist, but a lot more hand and wrist than what I was doing in the last couple years. When you're building your base for this sport, you gotta try and get strong everywhere, and that's tough to do. And so now you can really start refining. When you're 5 years in, you can start refining. Now you know where you're weak. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Person to person, who you pull, who you see at tournaments and all that kind of stuff. And so you are right. You are right. Like the multi spinner is one of the best tools possible. But at the shop, I mean, we have, this is old school. Shout out to Phil Beaudry, all my coaches, Phil Beaudry, Jay Bohan, and Richard Gravel. We have a garage spring lagged to the wall, and we hook up a scale to that garage spring, and literally you muckle onto that thing and you drag it across the room, plant your elbow, and you can start testing your side pressure. And I'm telling you that, you know what I mean, that will, as hard as you want to pull to the left or to the right, it's pulling the opposite way just as hard. And
Yeah.
so even that kind of stuff too, it gets to a point where like, that sounds ridiculous that I'm even saying that, but these dudes were doing it 20 years ago, 30 years ago, a garage spring lagged to a stud, you know what I mean? And
I've
so
seen it.
yeah, man. And you know what I do want? I'm rambling about it now. I'm jumping around, but what I really want, I'm going to get one of these local welders to give me one of those, like a Honda, uh, spring from a car, so I can, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. To like to get the Supination.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
what's his name? The last guy to beat Levon in a match, whatever his name was.
You know what I'm talking about. They just
I
weld
know
it
what
to
you're
the
talking
top
about.
of the
Yeah,
spring. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And he just pronate over. So
One of those looks fun because again, as hard as you can go to the side, it's fighting you. You gotta be able to simulate that somehow, you know. But
yep.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
I've
looking
worked on a
forward to
lot
it,
of
man.
sides.
I'm
Yep.
looking forward to it. I get nerves just like everyone else does, but this is what I've been preparing for, and it's interesting. Like Colin is a lot. I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely at least 10 years, I think, younger than me. And so, like this is what it all culminates to. It might just be a super match to other people, but I really want this. You know what I mean? And I do. I think I want it more than he does. And so we're gonna decide who wants it more on Saturday. And
Right.
I can tell you right now, I'm not here to speak for Jordan Maskell. I know he just barely left, but I can tell you right now that boy wants his shield back in a bad way.
Yep.
Um, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got that from what he was saying, for sure.
Right. And then TJ, I mean, like TJ went back to school. Yeah, I think he's working making strides to be like a nurse practitioner, I'm pretty sure. So he's got a full plate too, but that doesn't mean he hasn't been working. And so that's why I say, when it comes to the lightweight shield, just same as well as the middleweight and the heavyweight, like these guys want it. And I know Phil wants it too, but like TJ is going to get after it as well. So I'm excited for that one just as much as mine and just as much for Jordan.
Yep. That's awesome. Yeah, I tried to get sorry about the guys that we didn't get on tonight. I really wanted to focus on you and Jordan because we haven't had you on in this capacity ever. And I was trying to get TJ on for the same reason because we've had Phil on the channel and we've had Carson and we've had Colin. So I just wanted to get a little bit of a perspective from you guys who haven't been in this situation yet to get your piece out. So
I appreciate it. A couple things that I wanted to say. One, I still think you guys have the best and clever name for an arm wrestling channel. And two, it's a shout out to the whole community as a whole. I can sit here all day and say iron sharpens iron, but it really is the truth. If it wasn't for you guys, if it wasn't for Joe Fitzsimmons and his practices, and if it wasn't for all the guys, we got one kid, Brody, that's driving out from New Hampshire to come to our practice. There was a dude that we met, relatively new to arm wrestling, but we met him at the New York tournament, and he drives through Wolcott to get home in Vermont. So on Wednesdays, he's been to 2 practices. So like the community is awesome. Everyone reach up high and then back and give yourself one of these because we're all making each other better doing it.
Yeah.
And it feels good to stretch.
Yeah. I like it, and we're all like everybody in Vermont seems they're like open to help, even though we pull each other. Like
for sure,
when we get out of that state, this state, we're a team, we're a one.
Yeah. I know that this idea got shot down before, but I don't really care if we all show up in the same T-shirts with the same team name, Team 802, when we go to Neil or whatever. The Arsenal of Arms has a team that's bigger than the entire, you know what I mean? So when we travel out of state, we should all be, I would even don a Vermont Power shirt when we go out of state, if that meant that we were all going to pull for the same team. If they're going to do team awards and whatnot, it's Team 802 all a day. And I'll say this, man, you put Team 802 against, give me one guy and girl from each weight bracket, and we'll line them up versus New Hampshire, versus Maine, and versus Massachusetts, and wherever. And I'm telling you, Vermont's bringing home some gold.
Yeah, look how we did in the last tournament. So
that's
exactly. Impressive.
Exactly.
And all different levels, So it was pretty freaking awesome. But
yeah, man.
James, you got anything to say before we end the podcast tonight?
Again, I want to add to what Jake said, dude, about the arm wrestling community. It's probably it's the craziest sport I've ever been a part of, right? I've been to war with Jacob Thompson. Dude. And I love that guy. Like, you know what I mean? Not during the match, dude. I want to fucking rip his arm off. But right after, be like, hey, man, you did this. You would have beat me. Same thing. You know what I mean? It's a crazy sport.
Right.
But
right.
I want to talk more about just that. We didn't even do a predictions thing. So we got Phil versus TJ. You got Bronze versus Brains. And you know what I was thinking about? And you said it. Phil Austin's one of the nicest guys you ever meet. Imagine a focused, angry Phil. Imagine a guy that's
mean Phil.
You know I don't know. Phil's the only guy ever when he loses. Like, he's like, you did a good job. Fuck that, dude. If Phil like get fucking bitch, dude. Again, TJ's a fucking animal too. Very technical, but I think sometimes he doubts himself, and you can't doubt yourself in the sport, especially in that moment. And I can't wait. I don't think it's one of a super match, so this will be cool. And it's 6 rounds, so you're gonna find out who's got the capacity to stay with it.
Well, I think, and that's why it's tough. I don't have a prediction because, dude, TJ has ran marathons. So if it's endurance, there's 12 matches. The endurance goes to TJ. The strength goes to Phil. I would say I would say the wrist goes to Phil, but the hand goes to TJ, if that makes sense. Like I don't see Phil's wrist being compromised. I see his fingers, and this is all prediction. I don't see his wrist being compromised before his fingers and hand do, if that makes sense. Um, the hand follows the fingers, the arm follows the hand,
Yeah,
and then
pressure to the fingers.
right, and
Yes.
that's where he's gonna go, man. I don't think that I'm spoiling anyone's game plan here when I say that, Um, Jordan, um, if Colin's gonna get a win, it's gonna be left-handed.
Carson's.
If Carson gets a single win, it will be left-handed.
Yeah.
Um,
So
if Colin, I think Colin has the potential to get a couple both hands, but when it comes down to, I think it's gonna when it comes down to it between me and Colin, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be one of us is gonna have to grind to get the actual overall W.
that's why I want to see it. I'm so pissed I can't go. This is not fair.
We'll figure something out if we gotta, you know what I mean. We'll figure something about
Yeah.
for a live stream.
I haven't missed one in so long. So
I want to take my phone to the ceiling so you get to see an aerial shot.
Mm-hmm.
So it would look like.
well, there was a go. They do usually do a GoPro, but I never see the footage.
Yeah, it takes. That's what I mean about about all of it, about the production and all. Like people don't, like I got to stay on track here. But when people talk about that influencer lifestyle, like bro, you don't know what it's like to have not only a camera on all the time and make sure you got batteries for it, but then you got to edit that footage. And so I was gonna say, Grabo Promotions probably has like 100 hours of footage, and just we all have lives. No one's got time to go through and edit all that. You know what
And
I
I
mean?
suck. Yeah, I understand. I suck at editing. I don't edit
Right.
anything.
Right. And none of us went to school for that. You know what I mean?
No,
And there are
no.
wizards. There are wizards out there that do it really well, really easily. They hire teams to make clips. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's tough when you set it all up like that. What I was gonna say is down at Steve's there was like 5 or 6 cameras set up, people's phones and whatnot, and you can work so hard to get like a good spot and the right angle and everything. And then when you're running 3 classes, there's going to be 40 people up at the front of that hotel ballroom. You know what I mean?
Right.
All trying to get a look, and you can't fault them for it, but you might not always get, you know what I mean? I do think I want to give him his props. Having I don't know her name. There was a lady whose like job is to be up there filming. You know what I'm saying? Taking pictures. She gets really good photos. And so what I was
Roger
going to say,
Learn's wife.
uh,
Was
oh,
that at New York? That was Roger
yeah,
Learn's wife,
yeah.
Jennifer. Yeah.
What I was gonna say is that it gets to like I said, if you're running 3 classes and they all got 10 people in them, then you get to a point where you got to say, hey guys, if you want to film, you need to be behind. You need to like be behind this line. We have a professional photographer here. She will get the photos. It will all be filmed. You know what I mean? If you want the clips, then reach out. But again, that's a whole production thing that
Yeah.
most people just don't even think of, you know?
Well, I know Thomas filmed the entire thing and he's gotten a few out, but it takes some time to edit that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and he does a good job.
Yeah, shout out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should we should give him his props on that. He does a good job with that too.
He did.
We should reach out to Thomas because we did it one time and I loved it. Is where he had me doing commentary and like we were filming it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
and that was so much fun. But I would
Yeah.
love a time where I'm not affiliated in the tournament or the super matches, and I don't know. Dude, I'm so pumped. I just hope you fucking want. Dude, you better look at that, Mr. Thompson. Lighting is on Mr. Thompson's. Look at the. Hey, what's your measurement of your forearm?
I don't know. I don't know. I gotta. No, I don't. I don't have a seamstress tape out here.
So,
All right,
Thompson,
guys. I gotta end. I gotta get off. I have to read to my kid
Okay,
and
you
stuff.
gotta,
So.
you gotta flex first, and then we're out. All right, James.
What's up, James? I missed you.
There you go. All right. Hey guys,
There you go.
I appreciate you having me on. I really do.
hey,
Yeah,
so
we appreciate you coming on.
Saturday at the VFW in Morrisville. It
Yep.
starts 1 or noon?
Doors open at 10. And then I believe the super matches will start at 1 p.m. and then the tournament will be after.
Perfect. Everybody be there if they can. It's free to watch, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right. And then I think beers, if you drink, beers are usually cheap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. And
you got
yeah.
what it
Yeah.
takes to be the best and beat the best in the state. You better show up and not be a fucking pussy. And Mr. Thompson, you win. I can't wait to pull you for the shield.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Because I'm going to say it right now. There ain't nobody in the state of Vermont that's going to touch me unless they're already pulling for the shield.
Gotcha.
Eric Preston, scared. Austin Dolan, scared of me. Big John, scared of me. George Sheldrick, scared of me. I'm trying to think of any great giant in the state of Vermont, scared of me. I want to see him there. Prove me wrong.
Saturday, May 3rd.
All right. Saturday, May 3rd. Come see it.
Hey, love
All
you
right, boys.
much. Thank you, everyone that
Later,
watched,
guys.
share, and follow our OnlyFans.
Hey, we don't have an OnlyFans, but fair enough. All right, guys. Have a good night.
You as well. Take care. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, Mr. Tom.